Hi everyone, welcome again on our channel. In today's video, I wanted to explain briefly why sometimes it happens that we meet people who are very similar to our twin flame. They can be similar in terms of personalities or their looks or just common behaviors. I will go through the details explaining why it actually happens on our journey and provide examples of what are you supposed to do during those situations. In general, how it happens is we are getting initiated at the journey. We are entering this very intense bubble phase. We are connected with another person. Then very often we enter separation stage. And what happens then is we begin to work on ourselves. We focus energy inwards. We try to address all the traumas that we know and we discover in ourselves. We try to rebuild ourselves from within. And everything seems to be going smoothly, and at some point of your journey, you may meet a person who has similar energy signature as your original twin. And it may feel like they either look very similar, they may have very subtle physical similarities that will be just catching your attention, or there can be some personality similarities. It happens sometimes that they may go through similar life paths. They may have some similarities into what happened in your lives altogether. So there will be something that will be capturing your attention and will be sending the signal that, oh my God, why am I dealing with the same thing over and over? Why am I attracting the same thing or the same expression kind of in a different body? And I agree, it's very confusing. And I know that many people, what they try to do is try to define. They start their exploration. They try to find answers. They analyze. They go into this rabbit hole of defining the connection. So they will be doing their research, trying to find out which connection was actually original twin flame, which connection was maybe false, maybe just catalytic experience. And we love to do this kind of a research because our mind tries to understand the whole dynamic. And there is nothing wrong with that. We all do that at some point, but we need to remember that this is not the end goal of the whole journey. The whole goal, especially when we are talking about realizing similar patterns or similar people that are repeatedly coming into our experience, they are not necessarily coming for us to understand what their label is. They are coming, or maybe even we are attracting them to bring certain things into our attention. Very often this original encounter with our, let's call it original twin flame, it's so rapid and so intense that we cannot really clearly think about what we are going through, and we don't observe ourselves very well. We very often overlook lots of red flags or very important patterns that are unhealthy that we need to work through in ourselves in order to be able to build healthy relationship. So it shouldn't be a surprise for us that whenever we have a chance, we're gonna be attracting people who are gonna be reminding us of the things that we overlooked and we missed during this original ignition and connection. So think about it more like those are messengers that they are trying to bring the same or very similar message over and over for you to finally start addressing the issue. So there might be few reasons why actually that happens in your experience. So first, of course, as I said, there will be messages. So there will be certain patterns that they will be repeating in your experience until you actually realize them. So for instance, you may be dealing with the people who are in general unavailable in some way, For example, maybe you are having a tendencies to get attracted to people who are usually in a third-party situation. This may be subtle, but you may recognize, especially if you have issues with intimacy and getting closer out of fear of intimacy or fear of rejection, that you tend to be attracted to unavailable people. And you may, for example, recognize that the same pattern was starting with your twin flame connection, but also those people who you are meeting on the way, they may have similar behaviors or similar life circumstances. So this is one of the examples that can happen. You have some patterns that are attractive to you. So whenever you have something repeating in this way, you should really look into these similarities, really what they are trying to tell you, because you may see that those are really important signposts into why the original connection was attracted to you in the first place and which pattern in you you're supposed to heal and get rid of. Another reason is that we as a twin flames, we have a specific energetic blueprint, right? We all carry a little bit different signals in ourselves. So we vibrate a little bit different and we embody slightly different energies. But there is this energy, general energy pattern that is associated with yourself. And as a result, you're gonna keep attracting into your experience. And you're attracting it in order to have an opportunity to actually embody this twin flame energy or source energy with another person that will be matching this vibrational pattern. So that's one of the reasons why certain connections that feel like they're following this twin flame pattern or twin flame dynamic in your experience, they will be fairly similar. That there will be something like you will feel that those people are coming from similar basket and you will be wondering why. So that's another reason that it's really, for you, this is a way to embody your full potential in combination with another person. And just stepping back, I'm always reminding you that those connections are not here to complement you. They always come as a next step after you've reached your wholeness of a being, and then you're ready to actually expand further, but without sacrificing your wholeness. It's completely different step that comes after you feel full within your feminine and masculine energies combined, and then you're ready to embrace it further with another person. So that's another reason that we are really we are emitting this general energetic signal that is usually attracting a very similar counterpart that can help us to replay in a way the twin flame dynamic. And lastly, the third reason why we are attracting very similar people in our journey is nothing else that the universe showing us that twin flame is the whole spectrum of experience. It's not limited to one person. It's never about any specific connection. It comes to you to show you how fluid the whole experience is, and that it's not linear. It can be experienced with several people along the way. As we heal, we emit different vibrations, and those vibrations will be meeting with or maybe matching multiple people. We are outgrowing ourselves sometimes. Sometimes this journey will be asking you to leave something or someone behind if they are not available at the present moment. So once you will start meeting people who are similar, you will start questioning everything. And at some point, you will see that in the end, we are all replaying this dynamic that was initiated in the first place. So it's almost like it didn't work out with the first person. You're ready to evolve. You'll be attracting this energy again with a slightly different expression, but you will be having another chance to continue grow to grow within this twin flame dynamic. So depending on the role of each individual that you're meeting that has this some sort of similarity, you can see by yourself, and you're going to be feeling it, whether the connection is meant to be short-lived and there is like a very quick reminder, very quick lesson, just to see what pattern I'm repeating, what I have overlooked, and I have to realize that. And in those cases, if those connections are kind of temporary, you will see that this, as soon as you recognize the pattern, they will begin to fade away. And you don't have to do much. You're gonna recognize your boundaries, for example. You're gonna be keeping those boundaries in place. And as a result, your field will be automatically getting rid of that person altogether. And this attraction will be becoming less and less. Eventually, it will die out. For the cases where we are meeting almost like a next counterpart, like a twin flame replacement, those connections can be longer, they can be more balanced, and still you're gonna be replaying the twin flame stages and twin flame dynamics. If you grew, you're not gonna be getting caught up with runner chasing dynamic. Like, you're gonna recognize when it's becoming unhealthy, and either you're gonna leave it or you're gonna be able to work it with another person. Like, there will be less chaos in the connection in general, but it will be almost feeling like you're getting really another shot within your twin flame journey. And if the first separation was very hurtful, you will probably have slightly different approach to this, another take on the journey. You'll be way more cautious. You will be way more aware of your actions and the consequences of your actions. You're gonna be more aware of your own red flags and your own tendencies, which caused the separation originally. You will not want to go this way, so you will really do your best to maintain the connection. So in ideal world, if you're entering into this replacement connection here, I really don't try to label any of those connections. I really encourage you to keep them all together in one basket as a twin flame experiences that are helping you to get back into this twin flame dynamic. You didn't get the one shot, but it doesn't mean that your journey is supposed to be put on hold. You can still continue, you can still evolve, and try to find this gratitude, you know, if the connection came to you. It's sometimes easy to reject people who are coming to you after the separation if they are not your original twin flame. Sometimes we like to look down into any sort of different connections, and people like to brace themselves and they don't want to try anything with anyone else. They are not feeling attracted. But just maybe think about if you're not losing anything with this kind of mindset. Always in twin flame journey, think about your own good, and really you're not harming anyone and any connection if you're choosing your own happiness. Remember that twin flame journey and twin flame connections are about choosing yourself, and any choices that you do from this mindset that you want to grow and evolve, and you want to love yourself more, and you want to attract right things and right people for you, it will always help you to grow and evolve. So the openness and gratitude with all the connections as they come along is a very important step of the journey. They put you in the right perspective. They put you in this flow instead of resistance, right? Like we start to focus more towards the future. We don't look that much into the past. Ideally, we want to stay in the present, but if you have to look towards the past and be stuck in the separation phase and all those negative emotions, or look towards the future, it's always better to think about the expansion, about new things that can happen on your journey once you let go of the past, you know, and really pay the attention into all the people that are appearing in our life once you decided to move on with your journey. Hopefully it answered the question why some connections feel very similar to our twin flames and why we are attracting similar people on our journey. As usual, this is all about evolution, about moving forward and choosing yourself and your own expansion. And the rest, it's always moving forward with us. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments and see you in the next video. Good luck.